It's time now for the PHL New News Board for this Saturday afternoon, January 24th, 2015. Good afternoon, everybody. On Peter Wiggins here. Your new news headlines here, and our top story at 12 noon here is one of ISIS's two Japanese hostages has been killed after a deadline for ransom passed, and the terror group has issued a new demand to the ever freedom of prisoner change. An image and audio posted online Saturday by a known ISIS group. In the late 1980s, a U.S. diplomat in Riyadh went to ask a small favor from the Crown Prince Abdulaziz, who replied, "A friend who doesn't help you is no better than an enemy who does you no harm." Greece stood Saturday in Athens on the brink of a make-or-break general election which could sweep the anti-Syrian party to power and set the country on a collision course with its international creditors. Judge strikes down Alabama gay marriage ban. Eastern Ukraine, main rebel later says he's launched an offensive against the government-held port city of Mariupol. His comments came after a series of rocket attacks which Ukrainian media said he left 27 people dead and many others injured. Ernie Banks, known most as Mr. Chicago Cub, joined the Chicago Cubs as the team's first black player in 1953, and he is dead at the age of 83. Their similar experience would have been open a door to a personal relationship at an upcoming summit between President Obama of the United States and Modi of India will focus on what each country needs from each other. In Agra, the White House has now said that President Obama will be headed to Saudi Arabia instead of Agra to see the Taj Mahal, showing twice out of myths that were regretted backstage. There will be problems that planning dog on a visit. Shannon Maureen Connolly, a 19-year-old nurse from Colorado who had wanted to join the terrorist group, has disappeared in a hijab and civilian clothes for their sentencing hearing on Friday. In Foxborough, Massachusetts, an NFL said on Friday that it's interviewed dozens of people and collected physical evidence, but there's no conclusions yet on how the New England Patriots used underinflated balls in their last game after no timetable. The relative calm that settled in after an overnight storm hit Long Island may not last. A mix of sleet and snow is expected to wrap about noon, weather watchers have said. In 29 Palms, California, the military says 2 Marines were killed when their helicopter crashed during a training exercise in Southern California. In Atlanta, a Texas lawmaker would strip the salaries from government officials who honor the same-sex marriage licenses as other states would protect government officials who opt out of performing gay nuptials. Bucks Incorporated shares soared 66% of the stock market debut on Friday despite online storage provider in the decade-long history of losses that showing that might encourage more unprofitable technology startups to go public this year. The European Central Bank's launch of an aggressive program this week to buy more than €1 trillion in bonds poses important test for the U.S. In Davos, one of the most anticipated. There's a lot to like about it. Windows 10, the next version of Microsoft's flagship operating system, but the tech giant has also warned and answered a lot of important questions about the software. Belgian animal sculptor Emmanuel Janssen Casteel's work to the replica of Australopithecus in his workshop in the process in December 3, 2014 has the upper hand as study points to early tool used by human ancestors. Aside from having an excellent sense of direction, jellyfish are efficient swimmers. They move throughout the water by expanding and contracting their bodies, pushing water beyond them and propelling themselves. The first 3 doses of an experimental Ebola vaccine were headed by and for Liberia on Friday, but health authorities said the West African nation may already have turned the corner on slowing the outbreak of the deadly disease. Estelle said that the Anti-Infected Drugs Advisory Committee of the U.S. Food and Drug Administration has cast an unanimous vote in favor of its proposed therapy to treat invasive aspergillosis. Alright, let's take a look at New England Instant Alert here at 12:03. On Route 95, northbound in Rhode Island, between exits 9 and 10, motor vehicle accident, northeast. We got a motor vehicle accident here in Rhode Island 295 by Route 1. Motor vehicle accident rollover, fire and EMS responding here. Take a look at Fox News here at 12:04. When American Madison Keys and Madison Bringle won their first round match at the Australian Open, Keys was asked at a news conference that she knew and went else by the unusual name of Madison as American Madison Keys upsets number 4, Petra Kvitova at Australian Open here. And today, the Celtics the night off tomorrow. They'll be in Oakland, California, taking on the high-powered Golden State Warriors here. Peter Channel News Time, 12:05 here, 10.5 for a travel report here on this Saturday afternoon here. And 495 on the southbound side, slow from the Pike and Westford all the way down for Route 1 in Rentham here. Due to the snowing conditions, 95 slow down for the Sharon stretch. Route 24 slow in both ends from Randolph down to Stoughton, and it's slow from 495 in Bridgewater down for 104 in Bridgewater here. Route 3 slow down from Marshfield and Plymouth stretches. 93 on the southbound side, it's slow from the New Hampshire border all the way out to Woburn here. And it's stretched very slow on both ends up in New Hampshire. As 3939 half 5 in New Hampshire. Milan slowly on both ends here. 128 slow on both ends from Gloucester down to Salem. 95 slow from Peabody up into the main turnpike here. And Mass Pike slow down for Central Massachusetts here from 90 in Auburn down for the 495 in Westport and Route 9 in Framingham here, and 495 slow on both ends from Marlborough all the way up to Harvard here, as the many of the highways and byways around the New England area are very, very slow due to this weather. So if you're driving about on the roads, expect some caution and use caution wisely and be safe out there. But if you can't, just stay home here. Peter Channel News Time, 12:06, taking a look at the weather situation here with the latest on the snowstorm. Our current conditions here in North Massachusetts here at 12:06, 34 degrees at temperature, rain, fog, and mist, humidity 92%, wind speed variable about 6 miles per hour, barometer 51 inches, dew point about 32 degrees, visibility 2.5 miles an hour, wind chill about 29 degrees. Current conditions, rain in the region here, it is 33 degrees at temperature right here in Boston, it's 31 in Pittsburgh, 31 in Bedford, 32 in Beverly, and Gloucester and Haverhill. It's 29 out in Worcester, 32 in Sturbridge, 33 in Webster, 34 in Milford, 33 in Norwood, 34 in Taunton and New Bedford. It's 37 in Plymouth, 37 in Provincetown, 34 in Falmouth. It's 38 in Chatham, 38 Cape Cod Bay, 35 in Martha's Vineyard, 39 in Nantucket, 36 in Blockon, 34 in Wesley, 34 in Providence. It's 32 in Smithfield, 35 in New York City, 35 in Islip, 37 in Montauk, 34 in Long Island, 34 in Bridgeport, 35 in New Haven. It's 32 in Danbury, and in Waterbury, and in Meriden, Connecticut, 33 in Hartford, 32 in Winslow, 31 in Springfield, 31 in Amherst, 30 in Greenfield and in Naphal, 29 in Pittsfield, 29 in North Amherst, it's 20 in Albany, 29 in Sturgill Springs, it's 30 in Bennington and Brownbury, Vermont, it's 27 out in Rutland, Vermont, it's 24 in Lebanon, New Hampshire, 27 in Keene, New Hampshire, 26 in Laconia, New Hampshire, 29 in Jefferson, New Hampshire, it's 30 in Manchester and Nashua, New Hampshire, 32 out in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, 25 in Laconia, New Hampshire, and 31 in Portland, Maine. Here, take a look at a surface map around the country. Shows a warm front off the southeastern portions of British coming in off the Washington coastline. Here, we got a stationary front from Saskatchewan stretching down from North Dakota, bridge with a cold front from northeastern North Dakota down from Minnesota, down in the northern Great Lakes, down from eastern Ontario, and up in the northern Quebec. Here, we got a warm front from northern Quebec and down from northeastern Quebec with a low pressure extreme northern Quebec here. And another cold front stretching from western Cuba, stretching on the 7th Florida and up the Georgia Carolina coastline, merging with a station front off the North Carolina coastline and merging with a warm front up to sea here. And a front line from western Carolina is Danford, Georgia. Another front line from northeastern Texas, stretching on the Arkansas up in the Ohio Valley and then up in the Great Lakes. Another front line from eastern Colorado, stretching to western Nebraska down from South Dakota. And another front line boundaries, a pair of front boundaries. One from southeastern Alberta down for western Montana, and another one from eastern Montana down from north central Wyoming here. And got a front line down for California coastline, a front line from western Arizona down for the Gulf of California, and got a warm front down for central Mexico here. And we got a low pressure off the Carolina coastline and off the Delaware coastline here, and northwestern Minnesota, and down for the central portions of Quebec here. And we got a high pressure from southeastern Idaho area and a ridge of high pressure coming from western Texas and down to northeastern Mexico here. 31 degrees at temperature right now here in Detroit. It's 27 out of Pittsburgh, 39 out of Washington, D.C. and Atlanta, Georgia. It's 76 in Miami, Florida. It's 47 in Brownsville, Texas. 39 in Dallas, Texas. 33 out of Kansas City, 34 in Chicago. 30 in Minneapolis, St. Paul. 40 in Omaha, Nebraska. It's 43 in Great Falls, Montana. 54 in Seattle. 52 in San Francisco. 54 in Los Angeles. 53 in Las Vegas. 27 in Salt Lake City, Utah. 35 in Denver. 26 in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and 59 out of Phoenix, Arizona. Here. All right. Take a look. Okay, latest radar situation around the region at noontime shows. Southeastern Massachusetts and central and southern Rhode Island and the Cape Downs and eastern and central and southwest Connecticut in the rain bands there, and a sleeting around western Connecticut from Danbury down to New Brookfield and around New Milford and stretching around Waterbury, Connecticut down to New Britain and sleeting around Windsor Locks in Connecticut here around Windsor Locks Airport. So expect some delays if you're flying in and out of the Windsor Locks Airport due to the snow weather airports surrounding the region here. And a fleet line from Ware in Massachusetts down for I-84 in Sturbridge and stretching south of Putnam and stretching to northern down here and stretching it down to Albury near Norton there and up the eastern Brockton down to Citrus and up in the Lynn and covered around Beverly, Ipswich, and out to see it. And we're all seeing some snow showers from northern Bristol and Plymouth County and northern Rhode Island and covered much of southeastern New Hampshire and another southern Maine and covered much of northern Massachusetts and central and western Massachusetts, including the Boston area, and some rain along the Cape and from Beverly down for Gloucester here. And moderate heavy bands rain around the Nantucket area in southeastern Massachusetts of the islands here of Nantucket here. And snow stretching from southeastern New Hampshire down for the Maine coastline here. And rain showers stretching all the way down from the Atlantic seaboard, stretching it down for southern tip of Florida down for western Cuba, and a line of rain showers from central North Carolina down for western Nebraska. Nope. Rain showers from central North Carolina down for western Virginia here. And some snow showers covering much of northern Maine, northwestern New Brunswick, and down for eastern and western portions of Quebec, and the northeastern portions of Ontario here. And some snow showers in sub-central portions of Ohio here. And some snow showers in the northwestern portions of Wisconsin here. Some rain showers in the northeastern and northwestern portions of Nebraska, stretching it out of Dakotas here, and some sleeting around north-central North Dakota down for southeastern portions of Alberta, some snow showers in southeastern portions of Saskatchewan down for southwestern portions of Manitoba here, and some rain and sleet and snow showers around eastern and north-central portions of Wyoming, and some rain showers in west-central portions of Wyoming down for northeastern portions of Wyoming here, and some rain and sleet showers around western and northeastern portions of Montana, stretching out to the north-central Idaho, and some rain showers in northwestern portions of Washington State, and rain, sleet, and snow showers in central portions of British Columbia here. And take a look at our satellite loop here, and it shows a lot of clouds covering much from western Cuba, stretching up the Atlantic seaboard and covering much of Atlantic Canada. Now, a line of clouds come from eastern Utah and Colorado, stretching up to the Dakotas and up in the northern Rockies and covering much of Saskatchewan here. And a line of clouds coming off the Oregon, Washington State coastline, covering much of British Columbia here. And a line of clouds coming from Mexico, stretching in southeastern Arizona, 7 of Mexico down for Texas here. Alright, let's take a look at our forecast discussion around the region here. First of all, around the country, a winter storm lifting up the eastern seaboard will bring snow and freeze rain to the sections of the northeast United States, and Alberta Clippers should spread snow from the upper Midwest to the Midland from Saturday to Monday, and well above normal temperatures expected over the southern United States. The pattern across the nation will be rather amplified in nature with a deep upper trail anchoring the eastern half of the country. Meanwhile, across the western states, a broad ridge will remain a mainstay feature, while a closed low is expected to cut it across the subtropical eastern Pacific. This particular setup is also known as a Rex block. At the start of the period, a coastal storm is the process of strengthening in the vicinity of the Virginia Capes. This system is excess and abundant moisture as evident in the widespread heavy precipitation lifted up the east coast. A mixture of precipitation types have been noted across the Mid-Atlantic, given an intrusion of milder maritime air into the region, and over the course of the next 24 hours, expect the heaviest snowfall and ice accumulations across south coastal New England, while the WPC Winter Desk forecast 6 to 10 inches of snow as a rapidly deepening surface low will also enhance the pressure gradient across the northeast, which will bring windy conditions to the region on Saturday. The next round of winter precipitation comes to Alberta Clipper, which should be reaching the upper Midwest by Saturday evening in the journal, such as systems are quick moving and do not contain a whole lot of moisture. With that said, the features forecast will race to the northern tier of the country to the Mid-Atlantic states over the course of the next 6 hours, and this will spread snow from the northern tier of the Fartley or Valley into the Mid-Atlantic states. And a quarter of heavy snow appears to be across northern Indiana to the central Ohio, where 4 to 8 inches are possible, and well above normal temperatures are in forecast over the northern Rockies to the northern central plains. Down sloping winds will aid in abundant warmth for the late January, with the Temperature anomalies at 20 to 30 degrees above climatology, and the fact that the high temperature this weekend may reach the 60-degree mark over the Central Plains, while the 40s and 50s will be more commonplace over the Novenine Plains. Here. Elsewhere, about the western United States, which will persist an onshore flow accompanied by a series of mid-level disturbances across in Washington and British Columbia, as areas of upslope terrain can expect the heaviest precipitation with snow levels bring in rather high given the positive origin of the events and air masses here. And take a look at forecast discussion around the region here. A coastal storm will impact much of the region today and this evening with heavy snow and winter mix across much of the area's dry seasonal weather. Expected on Sunday as a winter storm may be back on the table for some of the region late Monday and Tuesday, but coming into low where we will not. We have a winter storm that will be very cold Monday for Wednesday with moderate temperatures by the end of the work week. In new term forecast for the 10:45 a.m. update, rain, snow, lightning will partly a function of precipitation intensity and hence seen some back and forth prototype across southeast Massachusetts and Rhode Island. We are maintaining snowfall totals from the prior forecast that's still looking good overall, even though there could be isolated higher amounts across the Worcester Hills and a far northern Middlesex County. Radar indicates precipitation lightning across Connecticut about 10:45 a.m. and anticipated to receive precipitation intensity lessening across eastern Massachusetts between 11 and 12 noon, and where the precipitation intensity lessens, may see a chance of sleet and rain for a while. Across central and northeastern Massachusetts, the precipitation may lessen a little, but not as much due to anticipated deformation zone along with a photogenic force and holding on Friday afternoon about 4 p.m. After that, we'll see winds back into the north-northwest and northwest. An increase of height and thickness that should result in a change over the snow in most areas except perhaps the Outer Cape and Nantucket for precipitation at the time of the end. The precipitation looks to be between 5 and 8 p.m. from west to east. Although not really anticipated true flash freeze, there's a portion of area where mixed precipitation changes the snow and causes slush to freeze. And HRR temperatures seem to be handling the current conditions well. Primary temperature guidance starts about the afternoon here. Yes, today's high is going to see temperatures in 31 for Portland, Maine, 33 for Concord, New Hampshire, 34 for Rutland, Vermont, 35 in Albany, New York, and Boston, Massachusetts, 33 for Worcester, 34 for Hartford, and 33 in New York City. So, the temperature range for today, we're going to see this afternoon's temperatures will be 31 to 35 degrees there. As a winter storm in the early evening has moderate heavy snow. Right now, slippery travel, poor visibility, and snow is changing to a period of rain across Rhode Island, southeast Massachusetts late morning. A heavy storm may result in some downed tree limbs and some isolated power outages here, and all precipitation changes back to the snow, then ends early this evening here, as we have a precipitation types be mainly snow for much of northern New England, up in the northeastern Massachusetts, and central and western Massachusetts, and northwestern Connecticut, and upstate New York here, and snow changes rain, freeze, rain, then back to snow from Connecticut, central and southeast of eastern Massachusetts, much of Rhode Island, and Maine, rain and little snow for the Cape Islands there. And this is the highest risk for isolated power outages from northeastern Massachusetts and northern Worcester County and metro west Boston here. Okay, let us take a look. We are under a winter weather advisory in effect until 7 p.m. tonight, dear. As winter weather advisory remains in effect until 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time this evening for locations southeastern Massachusetts as well as central and southern Rhode Island here. As tracks wet snow. Accumulations, total snow accumulation of 2 to 5 inches, and time and snow will then change to rain in all areas by late morning, and rain will then change back to snow later this afternoon and early this evening with little accumulation expected. Impact snow covered roadways with poor visibility as this will make travel hazardous for motorists and walking difficult for pedestrians, and winds northeast 10 to 20 miles per gust up to 30 miles per hour. Visibility is 1/4 mile less at times. And winter weather advisory is issued when snow and ice is forecast to develop in the affected areas, but accumulation is expected to be light. Any snow ice will be resulting in slippery conditions on untreated roadways and sidewalks. When temperatures are below freezing, motorists need to be especially careful on bridges and overpasses where slippery stalks can easily develop. And hazard weather outlook day 1 today tonight. Winter weather advisory in day 2 for 7 Sunday through Friday. A winter storm may affect some of the region late Monday and Tuesday, but confidence is quite low. It seems to remain to be seen if a coastal storm will track close enough to southern New England to bring a significant snowfall for some adjustments on the light snow showers. The highest risk for a winter storm right now is across southeast New England, but not one cannot be ruled out across the region, so we'll keep you posted and we'll do this one storm at a time here. As for this afternoon, go like this. Rain and snow before 4 p.m., then snow and sleet between 4 p.m. and 5 p.m., then rain, snow, and sleet after 5 p.m. High 35 degrees, north with about 6 to 10 miles per gust size, 22 miles per hour, chance of precipitation is 100%. Total daily time snow and sleet accumulation of 2 to 4 inches possible. Tonight, snow mainly before 10 p.m., low around 25 degrees, north wind about 8 to 11 miles per hour, and west after midnight, winds can gust size 25 miles per hour, chance of precipitation 9%. New snow accumulation less than 1 inch possible. For Sundays, most of the sun sky about 36 degrees, west wind about 7 to 10 miles per gust size 23 miles per hour. For Saturday, forecast sky low about 11 degrees, northwest wind about 7 miles per hour. For Monday, slight chance of snow showers after 9 a.m., mostly cloudy sky high about 24 degrees, northwest east wind about 5 to 8 miles per gust size 21 miles per hour, chance of precipitation 20%. For Monday, a chance of snow mainly after 9 p.m., cloudy sky low around 13 degrees, chance of precipitation 50%. For Tuesday, a chance of snow before 4 p.m. and mostly cloudy sky about 19 degrees, chance of precipitation 50%. For that, mostly cloudy sky low around 70 degrees. Low around 7 degrees on Tuesday night. Wednesday, mostly standard podcast sky about 21, low about 10 degrees. For Thursday, both standard mostly cloudy sky about 32, low about 90 degrees. And for Friday, part standard sky about 34 degrees. Peter's word phrase of the day: a stormy afternoon in store. P. Wednesday, have a good day with a good positive attitude, and I will see you for a 5 o'clock report this evening. Have a good evening. Have a good day.